Welcome back to 21 is the New 60, the podcast where we kind of dive deep into the world of young entrepreneurs who are making waves in, you know, every industry you can imagine. I'm Mark.
And I'm Mary, and together we're your M&M podcasters,
That's right.
guiding you through the stories, strategies, and mindsets of these incredible individuals.
So today we're turning our spotlight onto a 24-year-old entrepreneur named Kirolos Abdalla, who's already built and sold multiple businesses.
Wow.
Talk about an impressive track record.
Yeah, it's certainly remarkable to see that level of success at such a young age. And what's even more interesting is that Kirolos is now using his entrepreneurial spirit to tackle a challenge that many real estate professionals face, generating and managing quality leads.
That's right. He's the founder of Homelead.ai, and from what I've gathered, it's not just another lead generation tool. They're focusing on something much more valuable, delivering qualified leads, not just a list of random contacts.
Exactly. Kirolos understands that real estate agents are busy people. They don't have time to waste on cold calls or sifting through endless lists of unqualified prospects. What they need is a system that does the heavy lifting for them, identifying those who are genuinely interested and ready to take action.
So let's unpack how Homely.ai actually works. From the research you've done, what makes their approach so different?
Well, one of the key differentiators is their use of AI-powered outreach. Homelead.ai uses sophisticated algorithms to analyze data and identify potential sellers who are most likely to be receptive to an agent's services. This is a far cry from traditional lead generation methods that often rely on mass marketing or outdated contact lists.
So instead of casting a wide net and hoping for the best, Homely.ai is using data to target the right people at the right time.
Precisely. And this targeted approach is what allows them to deliver qualified leads people who have demonstrated some level of intent to sell their property. This saves agents an incredible amount of time and energy because they can focus on nurturing relationships with prospects who are actually interested in their services.
That makes a lot of sense. It's about working smarter, not harder.
Right. But what about those who don't have an existing list of leads to work with? Can Homely.ai help them too?
Absolutely. That's where their done-for-you service comes in. Agents can simply provide their target ZIP codes and criteria, and Homely.ai takes care of sourcing and qualifying leads for them. It's like having a dedicated lead generation team working behind the scenes.
Wow, that sounds incredibly convenient. It's like they've taken all the pain points of traditional lead generation and created a solution that streamlines the entire process.
Exactly. And this streamlined approach is designed to free up agents to focus on what they do best, building relationships, showcasing properties, and ultimately closing deals.
Okay, all of this sounds fantastic, but I have to ask the question that's probably on everyone's mind. How much does all of this cost? Do they offer different packages to fit different needs and budgets? They do. Homely.ai has three main packages: Starter, Accelerator, and the Done For You option we just discussed. The Starter package is ideal for agents who already have a lead list and simply need a more efficient way to manage and qualify those leads.
That makes sense. What about the Accelerator package? Who's that designed for?
The Accelerator package is perfect for agents who are ready to ramp up their lead generation efforts and take advantage of Homely.ai's advanced AI-powered features. It includes everything in the starter package, plus additional tools for automating outreach, nurturing leads, and tracking results.
And I'm assuming the Done For You package is for those who want to completely outsource the entire lead generation process?
Exactly. With the Done For You package, agents simply provide their criteria, and Homely.ai handles everything else from sourcing and qualifying leads to scheduling appointments and nurturing those relationships. It's a completely hands-off solution that allows agents to focus on their core competencies.
It sounds like they've really thought through the different needs of real estate professionals and created a solution that's adaptable and scalable. But before we go any further, let's take a step back and talk about the man behind this innovation, Kirolos Abdalla.
I'm glad you brought him up. It's important to understand the journey that led him to create Homely.ai. Before venturing into the tech world, Kirolos was actually a real estate wholesaler himself.
So he's not just some tech whiz who saw an opportunity in the real estate market. He's someone who has experienced the challenges of lead generation firsthand.
Exactly. He lived and breathed the frustrations of inefficient lead management, wasting time on unqualified leads, and struggling to find a system that truly worked for him.
It's like that old saying, necessity is the mother of invention. He saw a problem and decided to create a solution not just for himself, but for other real estate professionals facing the same struggles.
And that's what makes his story so compelling. It's a testament to the power of entrepreneurship and the ability to turn personal challenges into opportunities for innovation.
It's also a great example of the entrepreneurial spirit that we celebrate on this podcast. identifying a need, creating a solution, and constantly striving to improve and innovate. But, the challenges Kirolos faced aren't unique to the real estate industry, are they?
You're absolutely right. I think anyone who's ever struggled with information overload, managing their time effectively, or feeling overwhelmed by their to-do list can relate to the core problem that Homelead.ai is addressing.
And what's fascinating is that Homelead.ai seems to be addressing these challenges head on. They're
Yeah.
not just offering a piece of software, they're offering a solution that can potentially transform how people work and live.
Precisely. It's about leveraging technology to streamline processes, automate tasks, and ultimately free up time and energy for the things that truly matter.
It's about taking control of your day and focusing on what you do best, whether you're a real estate agent, an entrepreneur, or anyone else who wants to work smarter, not harder.
And speaking of working smarter, let's delve into some of the specific benefits that Homely.ai highlights on their website. They talk a lot about saving time, increased efficiency, and guaranteed results. What do you think they mean by those claims?
I think saving time is pretty self-explanatory. By automating tasks and eliminating the need to chase down unqualified leads, agents can reclaim hours of their day that they can then dedicate to more strategic activities like building client relationships or expanding their network.
And that time saving directly translates into increased efficiency. When you're not bogged down by tedious tasks, you can focus on the activities that actually move the needle in your business.
And as for guaranteed results, I think that speaks to the confidence Homely.ai has in their system. They're essentially saying that if you follow their process and use their tools effectively, you will see positive results in your business.
It's a bold claim, but I think it reflects the fact that they've done their homework and truly believe in the power of their platform to deliver tangible results.
It's also worth noting that Homely.ai specifically emphasizes being tailored for real estate, meaning they're not just some generic lead generation tool. They've taken the time to understand the unique needs and challenges of the real estate industry and have built a solution that addresses those specific pain points.
That's a crucial distinction. It's not just about technology. It's about understanding the industry and providing a solution that's both powerful and relevant.
Now, there's one thing that really caught my attention on their website, the fact that they offer a money-back guarantee. That's not something you see every day, especially in the software world. What do you make of that?
I think it's a testament to their confidence in the product. They're essentially saying, we're so sure that you'll love our platform and see results that we're willing to put our money where our mouth is.
It's also a great way to mitigate risk for potential customers. If you're on the fence about trying a new tool, knowing that you have a safety net can make all the difference.
Absolutely. It shows that they're not just interested in making a quick sale. They're invested in the success of their customers and are willing to stand behind their product.
Well, before we get too carried away with the money-back guarantee, let's talk about the future of Homelead.ai. They've got some exciting plans in the works, right?
Oh, absolutely. They're constantly innovating and looking for ways to improve their platform and provide even more value to their users.
Like what? Give us a sneak peek into what they're cooking up.
One of the most exciting developments is their plan to enhance their inbound AI capabilities. This means that the platform will become even more intelligent and automated, handling more of the initial interactions with potential leads and only escalating to a human agent when absolutely necessary.
That sounds like a game changer. Imagine having an AI assistant that pre-qualifies leads, answers basic questions, and schedules appointments for you. That would free up so much time for agents to focus on the tasks that require their unique skills and expertise.
Exactly. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. They're also working on developing advanced analytics that will provide even deeper insights into lead behavior and campaign performance. This will allow agents to track their results, identify trends, and make data-driven decisions to optimize their lead generation efforts.
Data is king in today's world, so having access to those kinds of insights can be incredibly valuable. What else is on the horizon?
One of the most game-changing plans is their upcoming integration with MLS. This will automate property valuations and provide agents with real-time data on properties in their target markets. Imagine being able to instantly assess the value of a property, identify potential leads in the area, and reach out to them with personalized offers based on their specific needs and preferences.
Wow, that sounds incredibly powerful. It's like they're creating a one-stop shop for real estate professionals, providing them with all the tools and data they need to succeed in today's competitive market.
And that's exactly what Kirolos Abdalla envisions, empowering real estate professionals with technology and innovation to achieve greater success and build thriving businesses. It's about leveling the playing field and giving everyone access to the tools they need to thrive in the digital age.
Well, this has been an incredibly insightful look into Homelead.ai and the vision of its founder, Kirolos Abdalla. But before we move on to part two of this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a thought-provoking question.
Go ahead, Mark. What's on your mind?
If a 24-year-old entrepreneur can create a solution that's potentially transforming the real estate industry, what other industries are ripe for disruption by young, innovative minds? What problems are waiting to be solved by the next generation of entrepreneurs?
That's a fantastic question, Mark, and I think it's one that we'll explore further in part two of this deep dive. So stay tuned, folks, because we're just getting started. It's fascinating how this whole conversation about Homelead.ai has taken us, beyond just real estate.
Yep.
It's sparking broader questions about like the role of technology and the potential for young entrepreneurs to kind of disrupt, traditional industries.
Yeah, it's like we're peeling back the layers of an onion.
Yeah.
We started with this innovative platform, and now we're uncovering deeper insights about like the changing landscape of work, the power of AI, the entrepreneurial spirit that's driving it all.
Exactly. And I think that's what makes these deep dives, so engaging.
Yeah.
We're not just like summarizing information, we're exploring connections, sparking new ideas, encouraging our listeners to think critically about the world around them.
Speaking of critical thinking, one of the things that struck me about Kirlos's journey is that he didn't just create a solution for himself. He saw the potential to help countless others facing similar challenges.
That's a hallmark of a true entrepreneur. It's not just about solving your own problems, it's about identifying a need in the market and creating a solution that benefits a wider audience.
And in the case of Homely.ai, that wider audience extends beyond just real estate agents. Anyone who's ever struggled with information overload, inefficient workflows, or the feeling of being constantly busy can relate to the core value proposition of this platform.
Absolutely. Think about all the time we waste on tasks that could be automated or streamlined. Imagine if we could reclaim those hours and dedicate them to more meaningful pursuits.
It's like giving everyone a superpower, the ability to work smarter, not harder. And that's what excites me about the potential of AI. It's not about replacing human jobs. It's about augmenting our abilities and freeing us up to focus on the things that truly matter.
Precisely. It's about leveraging technology to enhance our creativity, improve our decision-making, and create more fulfilling work experiences. And as we discussed earlier, Homely.ai is a prime example of how AI can be used to achieve those goals.
Now, one of the concerns that often comes up when we're discussing AI is the potential for job displacement.
Right.
People worry that machines will take over human roles, leading to widespread unemployment. What are your thoughts on that?
It's a valid concern, and it's one that we need to address thoughtfully. However, I believe that history has shown that technological advancements tend to create more jobs than they displace.
How so?
Think about the Industrial Revolution. The introduction of machines and automation led to significant changes in the workforce, but it also created entirely new industries and job categories that didn't exist before.
That's true. We went from an agrarian society to an industrial one, and then to the information age, with each shift creating new opportunities and demanding new skill sets.
Exactly. And I believe we're on the cusp of a similar transformation with the rise of AI. While some jobs may become obsolete, many more will emerge that require a different set of skills. Skills that emphasize creativity, critical thinking, problem solving, and emotional intelligence.
So it's not about fearing the robots. It's about adapting and evolving alongside technology. And that brings us back to the importance of education and lifelong learning. We need to equip ourselves with the knowledge and skills to thrive in this rapidly changing world.
Absolutely. The future belongs to those who are adaptable, curious, and eager to embrace new challenges. And that's something we see embodied in young entrepreneurs like Kirolos Abdalla. They're not afraid to experiment, to push boundaries, and to challenge the status quo.
And speaking of challenging the status quo, let's dive back into some of the specific features of Homelead.ai. We touched on their emphasis on delivering qualified leads, but what exactly does that mean in practice? How does their platform differentiate between a qualified lead and a dead end?
That's a great question, Mark. Homely.ai doesn't just rely on basic contact information. It goes deeper, using AI algorithms to analyze various data points and assess the likelihood of a lead converting into a client.
So it's not just about having a name and a phone number. It's about understanding the intent and motivation behind that lead.
Precisely. Their AI engine considers factors like online behavior, property browsing history, financial indicators, and even social media activity to paint a comprehensive picture of each potential lead. This allows them to identify those who are genuinely interested in buying or selling a property and are ready to engage with a real estate agent.
It's like having a virtual detective working behind the scenes, sifting through clues and identifying the most promising leads. But how does this translate into tangible benefits for real estate agents? How does it actually improve their workflow and their bottom line?
The benefits are multifaceted, Mark. First and foremost, it saves agents an incredible amount of time and energy. They no longer have to waste hours on cold calls, chasing down unresponsive leads, or sifting through outdated contact lists.
Instead, they're presented with a curated list of pre-qualified leads who have already shown some level of interest and are more likely to convert into clients.
Exactly. And this increased efficiency allows agents to focus on what they do best, building relationships, showcasing properties, negotiating deals, and ultimately closing transactions.
It's about working smarter, not harder. And that's a message that resonates with anyone who's ever felt overwhelmed by their to-do list. But, one of the things that often gets lost in the conversation about efficiency and automation is the human element.
I'm glad you brought that up, Mark. While technology can certainly enhance our productivity, it's crucial to remember that real estate is ultimately a people-centric business. It's about building trust, understanding needs, and connecting with clients on a personal level.
And that's something that no AI can ever replicate, right?
Absolutely. Technology can be a powerful tool, but it can never replace the human touch. And I think Homelead.ai understands this. Their platform is designed to empower agents, not replace them. It's about giving them the tools and insights they need to build stronger relationships, provide better service, and ultimately close more deals.
So it's not about choosing between technology and human interaction. It's about finding the right balance, leveraging the power of AI while preserving the personal touch that's so essential in the real estate industry.
Precisely. And that's something that we'll explore further in part 3 of this deep dive. We'll delve into the future of real estate, the evolving role of technology, and the importance of finding that sweet spot between automation and human connection.
Sounds like we've got a lot more ground to cover. So for now, let's leave our listeners with this thought. If AI can revolutionize the way real estate agents connect with clients and generate leads, what other industries are ripe for a similar transformation? What possibilities are waiting to be unlocked by those who are willing to embrace the power of technology and human ingenuity? Welcome back to 21 is the New 60, the podcast where we celebrate the young entrepreneurs who are shaping the future. I'm Mark.
And I'm Mary, your M&M podcasters, back to wrap up our deep dive into Homelead.ai and the incredible journey of its founder, Kirolos Abdalla.
It's amazing how this whole conversation has expanded beyond just, the specifics of a real estate platform.
Yeah, it's like we zoomed out to see the whole forest after, just examining a single tree.
Right.
Homelead.ai is like a fascinating example, but it points to these larger trends that are reshaping how we work and live.
Exactly. We've talked about AI efficiency. The changing nature of jobs. It's a lot to process, but that's what makes this so exciting.
Yeah.
Like those choose your own adventure books. We started down one path exploring Homely.ai, and now we're realizing that there are countless other paths branching out from it.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where I think things get really interesting for our listeners, especially those who might be thinking, okay, this real estate AI is cool, but what does it mean for me?
Right. So let's connect those dots. We've seen how Homely.ai helps agents by taking care of tedious tasks, analyzing data to find the best leads, and basically freeing them up to do what humans do best.
Which is build relationships, offer expert advice, those things that AI can't replicate.
Exactly. Now imagine applying that principle to other fields. What if AI could handle your scheduling nightmares, sort through your overflowing inbox, or even draft those routine reports you dread?
Suddenly, we're not just talking about real estate anymore. We're talking about reclaiming time and energy in every aspect of our lives.
And that's not science fiction. Those tools are emerging right now.
Yeah.
Kirolos' story is inspiring because it shows that even a 24-year-old can create solutions that impact millions.
It's like that ripple effect. One person's idea can set off like a wave of change. So for our listeners, the takeaway isn't just go use Homely.ai if you're in real estate.
Right.
It's about recognizing that this is just the beginning. AI is going to reshape how we work no matter what field you're in. The question is, are you going to be swept along by the wave, or are you going to learn to ride it?
That's a powerful way to put it. And honestly, that's a bit intimidating too.
Yeah.
It's easy to feel overwhelmed by all this, tech talk, especially if you're not a techie yourself.
Yeah, I get it. But here's the thing. You don't need to become a coding whiz to benefit from AI. The key is to stay curious, stay informed, and be open to trying new things.
Right.
It's like learning a new language.
Yeah.
At first, it's daunting, but with practice, you start to understand the basics, and eventually you can hold a conversation.
Exactly. And there are so many resources available now, online courses, podcasts like ours, even just talking to people who are already using AI in their work. Small steps lead to big changes.
I love that. It's about empowering yourself, not feeling powerless in the face of technological change.
Now, circling back to Homelead.ai specifically, they seem to understand this need for user-friendliness. We talked about their different packages, their focus on onboarding support.
Right, and let's not forget that money-back guarantee. It shows a real commitment to making sure customers succeed, not just selling them a product and disappearing.
Right, and thinking long-term, they're planning those integrations with MLS advanced analytics. They're not just solving today's problems, they're anticipating what agents will need tomorrow.
It's like they're building a roadmap for the future of real estate, powered by AI, but still focused on human needs.
Exactly. And that's what makes this whole conversation so hopeful. AI done right isn't about replacing us. It's about giving us the tools to do what we do best, but better and faster.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, here's what I want our listeners to take away.
Okay.
First, age is just a number. Kirolos proves that anyone with a great idea and the drive to execute can make a huge impact.
Absolutely. He's living proof that 21 is the new 60 when it comes to entrepreneurial spirit.
Second, don't be afraid of AI. Embrace it as a tool to enhance your work, not replace it.
And third, never stop learning. The world is changing rapidly, but by staying curious and adaptable, you can thrive in any environment.
This has been the 21 is the New 60 podcast, the Young Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm Mark, and I'm so glad you joined us on this deep dive into the world of AI and real estate.
And I'm Mary, signing off with a reminder to never underestimate the power of a young mind with a big idea.
Until next time, keep those entrepreneurial spirits high and those minds open to the possibilities.